Morning there, ladies and gentlemen. Treetop Piper back with you guys on this lovely Tuesday morning. Got something special for you. The last, the last Smoker's Haven blend I've yet to try. It's 20th anniversary mixture right here, and I haven't opened it yet. And this is the last because I'm not really counting this. There's one other blend that they brought to the Chicago Pipe Show a couple years ago, the Syrian Limited, and I'm not going to include that because they only made 250 tins. I mean, I'm probably never going to get to try it. But I've tried everything else, including crumble cake, except for this. This is our 20th anniversary mixture, and I want to go. I guess we'll go ahead and start now. We'll go ahead and do the first impression, sealed, of course, so you guys can get a peek at that. And I'm over here. I'm drinking some McDonald's coffee, actually. Their Colombian dark roast. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and pop this open and see what it's like here. Mmm. Mmm. Very sweet. So this is an English mixture, as I'm sure some of you guys know. And you can see it's like a ribbon or a shag cut. Mmm. It's got some really, really nice Latakia in there. With the little bits of crystal on it. That's what you want. That's a piece of Latakia that's just covered in plume. And I don't know exactly how old this tin is. Could just be the year old. Could be 2 years old, 3 years. I don't know. But you guys can see it's got quite a. It's got a decent Latakia presence for sure. Make sure that you guys get a good look at all this. What we got going on. We got some reds, some reddish type tobaccos, which I'm assuming are the Virginias. And then we've got a lot. It seems like there's quite a decent bit of Latakia. Quite a bit for my money, for what I was thinking was going to be in here anyway. Um, really, really lovely though. Got a sweet, smoky kind of a. It's got like a figgy, raisiny, smoky smell to it. Really sweet. I don't know if there's a topping. I've heard there's a topping. Some people say there is, but I've seen others say there is no topping on this. So, who the hell? Really and truly, nobody knows whether or not there is a topping on this. So, who's to say? The only people that know is Germain and Co. and Smoker's Haven. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get some of this out and let it do its thing for a little while. Let it dry out a little bit. Quite stringy. some parts of this tobacco are obviously rather stringy. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. Just got this bad boy lit up. The old 20th anniversary, anyway. Right off the bat, I don't know how Germain's does it, but they somehow make a flavor sweet, savory, creamy. They make it like so many different things all in one. This one has definitely got quite a bit of sweetness to it, like Select Mixture. But it has more of an oriental presence than Select Mixture has. And I can tell you right off the bat, it's not. Select Mixture was slightly bitey for me. It had something to do with the Virginias, I guess, because there's a lot of Virginias. It's really sweet, and it would bite me if I didn't smoke it in the right pipe. Whereas this is very similar with the sweet flavor, but it has this twinge of oriental that the Select Mixture has, but not as potent. Because the Select Mixture has orientals and Latakia in it, but the Virginias are the main component. Whereas this, the orientals and the Latakia are the stars of the show. Or at least right now it seems like the Virginias and the orientals are out front. Not quite as smoky as I thought it would be. You know, and all of a sudden I realize what people mean when they refer to in reviews and written reviews and stuff where they talk about the creaminess that the Latakia adds to a blend. And I realize that now that Latakia can really add a creaminess to the blend. It can add a texture to the smoke. It's just so lovely. It is so lovely. And Germain's and some of these older blending houses, they just know how to, they're like magicians. They just cook this potion up. I dried it out quite a bit, but I mean, it's staying alight, but I'm trying to make sure it burns evenly all the way down. That flavor almost reminds me of like a fruit drink, some kind of a fruit drink. But it's still got the Englishness to it. The Orientals and the Orientals are on the back end. Like, I take a puff, the first thing I get is the sweetness, and then as soon as the sweetness starts to fade, then I get the Orientals and the flavor profile of the Orientals. So the sweetness comes first, then the Orientals come. And all the while I'm getting this creaminess from the Latakia. maybe I'm mistaking the creaminess for smokiness. You know, they just kind of go. It is kind of, I guess you could say it's a smokiness, but it's creamy to me. It has this creamy texture. It's a smoky, creamy texture that the Latakia lends to it. Anyway, I'm going to finish, get down to the lower part of this bowl, and then I'm going to come back and give you some thoughts. Yeah, so I'm back here. Got down below the halfway point of this bowl. And it's just so creamy and rich. You know, at first it had started off just real like nice and sweet with the Orientals, and then as you smoke, the Orientals, the presence kind of backs off a little bit. I can't quite pick it out as easily as I could. There's still a good bit of sweetness there. It's not quite as sweet as it was at first. It's starting to get a richness to it. Which is pretty typical for these Smoker's Haven blends. And I think this one, um, the cognac mixture and select mixture, I think they're topped. There's some kind of a topping added to them. Because they're all English mixtures, but they have this sweetness to them. And then the other ones, the Our Best Blend, the exotic mixture, crumble cake, the in between mixture. I couldn't detect any sort of topping in those. So there's like half of them have, or there's these three that have toppings that are very similar blends. The 20th anniversary, the cognac and the select are very similar. They have this wonderful sweetness. Mm. Just a cool burning. It burns really evenly. The ribbon cut is just, or the shag cut is wonderful. It's starting to get a little smokier and not quite as sweet as it was at first. Um, but it's creamy and rich. Man, another absolute home run by Smoker's Haven and Germain's. They don't make a single blend that I don't care for. Every one of their blends are, you know, as far as I'm concerned, home runs. You know, where they just knock them. You know, these blends are just well blended recipes. The recipes are awesome. The blenders are awesome. So what you end up with is some really fine quality tobacco. Mm. That just, it's hard from getting it to burn hot. You know, it wants to burn hot because it tastes so good you can't help but puff on it. It's one of those blends. Not bitey at all, just smooth as a baby's bottom. And I really like these ones. The 20th anniversary and the cognac, the ones that have that sweet topping, they're awesome. So are the other ones, the Our Best Blend and the In Between and Exotic. I absolutely love all of them. But these ones that have this sweet topping, it's a really nice change. It's an English, but it has this awesome sweetness. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This stuff is wonderful. If you ever get a chance to pick some up, don't hesitate. It's great. I mean, it really is. Just a fantastic tobacco that I wouldn't hesitate to buy any time I had the opportunity. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the review as much as I enjoyed making the review, as usual, the first impression. And until next time, Treetop Piper over and out.